Did you know that 9 out of 10 cat owners are making serious litter box mistakes that can lead their feline friends to develop urinary tract infections, behavioral problems, and even chronic kidney disease? These aren't just simple cleaning oversights, but true crimes against feline well-being that silently occur in millions of homes every day. If you want to discover how to transform your kitty's litter box into a truly healthy and safe environment, you need to stick with me until the end of this conversation, because I'm going to reveal 5 deadly mistakes you're probably making right now, in addition to the scientifically proven method for correctly cleaning the litter box. Leave a comment below telling me where you're reading this from. And at the end, let me know if your cat also exhibits any of the strange behaviors I'll mention. Share this content with other pet parents, because this information could literally save a feline's life. The first mistake is so common it's terrifying, and I call it Lilliputian litter box syndrome. You look at that compact little box on the pet store shelf and think you're making a smart choice, saving space and money. Your kitty, on the other hand, feels like an adult trying to use a toddler's toilet. The scientific truth the pet industry doesn't want you to know is this: the litter box needs to be at least 1.5 times the length of your cat's body, measured from the tip of their nose to the base of their tail. Imagine trying to use a bathroom where you can barely move, where your knees touch the wall, and you can't position yourself properly. That's exactly what your feline friend feels when forced to use a box that's too small. What happens in your cat's body when they have to contort themselves to use the box is devastating. The physical stress of having to squeeze into an inadequate space activates the sympathetic nervous system, releasing stress hormones like cortisol. These hormones, at consistently elevated levels, depress the immune system, making your kitty more susceptible to infections. Furthermore, the unnatural position they have to adopt can cause partial urinary retention, creating a perfect environment for bacterial growth. Over time, this situation can evolve into cystitis, urinary stones, and even kidney failure. But there's more. When your cat associates the litter box with discomfort and stress, they start looking for alternative places to relieve themselves. That urine on the living room rug isn't spite, it's desperation. Your feline friend is literally looking for a place where they can position themselves comfortably and relieve themselves without suffering. The solution is simple, but requires a conscious investment. Measure your cat and buy a box appropriate for their size. If they weigh 5 kilograms, the box might seem enormous to you, but it will be perfect for them. The second deadly mistake is what I call the deadly hideout syndrome, and 90% of pet parents believe they're doing the right thing. You've probably placed the litter box in the most distant and enclosed spot in the house, thinking your cat wants total privacy. That little corner behind the laundry room, under the stairs, or in the dark basement seems perfect in your head, but in your feline's mind, it's a true death trap. Let me explain what truly happens in your kitty's mind when they have to use a litter box located in an inappropriate place. Cats are predators, but they are also prey. The moment they are relieving themselves, they are in their most vulnerable position. Every ancestral instinct screams at them to keep their eyes open, their ears alert, and their escape routes clear. When you place the box in a poorly ventilated, dark and enclosed location, you're creating the perfect scenario for a feline panic attack. Stagnant air concentrates odors, creating a suffocating atmosphere that can cause respiratory problems. Lack of light prevents the cat from adequately assessing the box's cleanliness and monitoring potential threats. The absence of multiple escape routes activates the feline's internal alarm system, releasing adrenaline and cortisol every time they need to use the box. Imagine living in a constant state of alert every time you go to the bathroom. The ideal location for the litter box is an environment with adequate ventilation, soft natural or artificial lighting, away from intense noises like washing machines or dryers, but still accessible and with at least 2 exit routes. Your cat needs to feel like they can escape quickly if necessary. Think of a corner in the living room or bedroom where there's air circulation and light, but not constant human traffic. The balance between privacy and security is key to a healthy feline bathroom. We've reached the third mistake, and this one will break your heart when you understand the suffering you might be unknowingly causing. It's the tragedy of inadequate cleaning, the most underestimated and potentially most dangerous mistake on our list. You clean the litter box once a week, sometimes less, thinking you're doing a good job. Meanwhile, Your kitty is being forced to use a bathroom that, in their perception, is dirtier than a filthy truck stop bathroom. A cat's nose is 14 times more sensitive than yours. When you think the box is just a little smelly, for them it's like an olfactory explosion of ammonia and bacteria. But the problem goes far beyond discomfort. A poorly cleaned litter box is a true pathogen laboratory. Bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, and Clostridium multiply rapidly in accumulated urine and feces, creating a toxic environment that can cause severe infections. Your cat's paws come into contact with these microorganisms every time they use the box, and then they clean themselves with their tongue, ingesting a true bacterial soup. The result can be gastroenteritis, urinary tract infections, skin problems, and even septicemia in extreme cases. In addition to physical risks, a dirty litter box causes deep psychological trauma. Cats are naturally clean animals, and forcing them to use a dirty environment goes against all their instincts. This can cause depression, anxiety, and obsessive-compulsive behaviors. Many cats develop complete litter box aversion after being repeatedly forced to use a dirty one. The correct cleaning protocol is non-negotiable: removal of solid waste immediately after use, if possible, or at least twice a day. Complete litter change once a week, washing the box with hot water and mild soap, thorough drying before adding new litter. Once a month, disinfect with a solution of water and white vinegar, in a 3-to-1 ratio. Never use products with ammonia or chlorine, as the smell can confuse your cat and make them think another feline has marked territory there. The fourth mistake is silently killing millions of cats, and the pet industry profits billions from pet parents' ignorance. It's the toxic litter mistake, and you're probably using the wrong type at this very moment. That scented litter you bought thinking it would make your house smell better is actually creating a chemical torture chamber for your feline. Cats' respiratory systems are extremely delicate, and many commercial litters contain crystalline silica, sodium bentonite, and artificial fragrances that can cause respiratory irritation, allergies, and even chronic lung problems. I'll tell you what really happens when your cat uses scented litter. First, artificial fragrances are composed of dozens of synthetic chemicals that, for a feline's supersensitive nose, are like an olfactory bomb. This can cause headaches, nausea, and severe stress. Second, many cats develop allergies to the chemical components of the litter, manifesting symptoms like itchy skin, paw irritation, and respiratory problems. Third, when your cat cleans themselves after using the box, they ingest small particles of litter that stuck to their paws. If the litter contains toxic chemicals, they are literally poisoning themselves little by little. Silica gel litter, very popular for being super absorbent, can cause severe gastrointestinal problems if ingested. Scented litters, on the other hand, mask important odors that help you monitor your cat's health through their urine and feces. Changes in smell can indicate health problems early on, but if the litter is full of fragrance, you lose this vital diagnostic tool. The ideal litter is natural, unscented, with a fine granulation that resembles the texture of soil, good absorption capacity but without excessive dust. Recycled paper, corn, or wood litters are excellent natural options. Completely avoid litters with crystals, perfumes, dyes, or any chemical additives. We've reached the fifth and final deadly mistake, and this one is so devastating it can turn a multi-cat household into a true psychological battlefield. It's the sanitary scarcity syndrome, where pet parents believe one litter box is enough for all the cats in the house. If you have more than one cat and fewer litter boxes than the number of felines plus one, you're creating a situation of chronic stress and territorial competition that can result in aggression, inappropriate marking, and serious health problems. The golden rule is simple: 1 cat, 2 boxes, 2 cats, 3 boxes, and so on. But why is this so critical? Cats are territorial animals that need options and control over their environment, especially when it comes to their most basic needs. When there's only one box for multiple cats, a sanitary hierarchy is created where the dominant cat can control access, leaving the others in a state of stress and desperation. This isn't just psychological cruelty, it's a real risk to physical health. Cats who have to wait to use the box can develop urinary retention, which leads to excessive urine concentration and the formation of crystals and stones. The constant stress situation compromises the immune system, making all felines in the household more susceptible to diseases. Furthermore, cats stressed by a lack of adequate sanitary resources often develop compensatory behaviors such as urine marking in inappropriate places, aggression among the felines in the house, and even self-mutilation due to stress. The extra boxes cannot all be in the same location. They need to be distributed throughout the house to prevent a dominant cat from controlling the entire sanitary area. Each cat should have private access to at least one box, without needing to pass through another feline's territory. Investing in adequate litter boxes isn't a luxury. It's a basic health and well-being necessity. Now that you know the 5 deadly mistakes, let me teach you the scientific method for proper cleaning that will revolutionize your feline's health. This protocol was developed based on veterinary and behavioral studies, and it has already saved the lives of thousands of cats around the world. Daily cleaning should always be done at the same time, preferably in the morning, using a specific scoop with appropriate holes that allow clean litter to pass through but retain waste. Remove all solids and urine clumps, checking corners and edges where waste can accumulate. Replenish the removed litter with new litter of the same brand and type, always maintaining the ideal depth of 5 to 7 centimeters. Weekly, discard all litter, wash the box with warm water and mild soap, rinse thoroughly, and dry completely before adding new litter. Monthly, perform a deep clean with a solution of water and white vinegar. Let it sit for 15 minutes, rinse, and dry in the sun if possible. White vinegar neutralizes odors without leaving harmful chemical residues. During cleaning, always observe the color, consistency, and odor of your cat's urine and feces. Changes can indicate health problems that require immediate veterinary attention. Very dark urine or strong-smelling urine can indicate dehydration or kidney problems. Very hard or very soft feces, changes in frequency, or the presence of blood are warning signs that cannot be ignored. The litter box is your window into your feline's health. Use this monitoring tool wisely. Implementing these changes might seem laborious initially, but the benefits are immeasurable. Your cat will be happier, healthier, and exhibit natural behaviors without stress. You'll save thousands on vet visits and medications to treat problems that could be avoided with proper preventive care. The bond between you will strengthen when your feline friend realizes you truly understand and respect their basic needs. Now I want to hear from you. How many of these mistakes were you making without realizing it? Leave a comment below telling me where you're reading from, and let me know if your cat exhibits any strange litter box-related behaviors. If this content was helpful for you and your feline, share it with other pet parents who need this vital information. Together, we can improve the lives of millions of cats who silently suffer due to inadequate basic hygiene care. Continue exploring the fascinating world of feline behavior, because there's still so much more to discover about these extraordinary beings who chose to share their lives with us.